Okay, good afternoon. So we're running a bit late. So here I have some panelists who are from the fintech industries or financial industries. So let's go one by one to introduce themselves. I'd like to. My name is Tang. I'm from MDEC. Can you please guys introduce yourself?
Oh, I just introduced. I introduced again. Oh, my name is John Lima from MOLPay, as an online payment gateway service provider in Malaysia. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tony Ma from IP88, in charge of also payment service provider in Malaysia as well.
Hi, I'm Ashikin. I'm from Revenue Monster. We are also a payment solution provider.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Chee. I'm from Fave. I don't think much introduction is needed since Chen Chao spoke just now, but basically we do loyalty and rewards, and we also have the Fave Pay payments platform.
Okay, great. Okay, let me get the hands. Any one of you here using any wallets, any e-wallets? Show of hands, not many, huh? Which one anyone using? Boost? Mostly Boost? Touch and Go, anyone? Vcash? Okay. So when you transact, most of the money goes to them first, all right? Just let you know. Okay, right now, first questions I would like to know, now you know the landscapes of how many e-wallets are there in Malaysia. Currently, there is 35 non-banks e-wallet license plus another 5 bank license, the ones that's holding the e-wallets, e-money license. So I'd like to check with the panels here, okay, what are your views? Is that one too many wallets, compared to other regions like China or Indonesia or Thailand? Who would like to take that up?
Yeah, definitely Malaysia, I can say that currently we are growing, and you can see that there's so many of the players that are coming out in the scenes. So the question we'll be asking from us is like, how this will benefit to the markets, and the merchant will be worried about how can I get benefit for that. Of course, there will be a lot of benefits from all this e-wallet, because they are throwing out a lot of budgets, and you can see that why we use Boost, because they give us incentive so that we can get some discount. So and so forth for all the wallet as well. But if you're asking us like when will this be stable, it's still a question mark. So I believe others will be like waiting for the times where all the big giants, which will be stay on, when I would say that depend on their marketing, right?
Okay, anyone else want to add on?
35 non-bank versus 5 banks. Yeah. If you compare to China, there's 270 licenses on the e-wallets. And the biggest currently is WeChat and Alipay conquering about 80% of market in China. So what is 35 compared to 270, right? And out of these 35, this only just now I show you all the logos. We have actively 10 e-wallets players in Malaysia, right? And someone asked me just now the question, how does MOLPay stand out? All right, I can tell you, no champion yet in Malaysia. Yeah, the championship is still going on. So everything is fighting and investing, and the adoption is aggressive in Malaysia. So I'd like to check on this audience here. How many of you download got 3 e-wallet app in your phone? Hands up, please. 4. Tak ada turun 5. Tak ada. I tell you, you must download all the wallet, including Fave. You know?
Sorry, we're not wallet.
Because their training budget encourage you to spend to use. Yeah? Because the adoption in China has spilled over to Malaysia. Yeah, the mom and pop businesses in China already adopting and drive this segment of the industry. So you must take the opportunity. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so now you see that there's so many wallets in the market. Is it creating confusion or is it creating convenience for people like you and me who's using it? So let's get something from the audience, okay? So are you finding it more confusion with lots of wallets, or you're finding it more convenience for you to pay? Anyone?
More confusion.
More confusion, okay, great. So you don't know which wallet that you should pay.
Yeah, so maybe I'll take this first, right? I think actually it's interesting. So I think it's a very tech-savvy crowd over here. But when you ask the question, who here uses a mobile wallet, right? Actually, it was maybe what 20% of people that raised their hands. So I would say that while we have a lot of different mobile wallets out here, it's actually helping us create awareness and education, I mean, among the market. Right? Everyone will do their own marketing. I don't believe all 40 mobile wallets will survive in the next 5 years. Right? There may be consolidation, there may be some that chooses to pivot into something else, but it really is not an easy task, right? It's something that requires a lot of education to the Malaysian public as a whole.
Okay, anyone want to add anything? So right now we see that most of these wallets are focusing on urban areas, urban landscapes. So you don't see them traveling out to the semi-urbans or even to the rural areas. Is that a good strategy? Is there some kind of strategy that wallet players or TPS that you guys can help to assist wallet players to get further outreach?
Yes. Actually, if you see now, a lot of the wallets are very focused on urban, so mostly, to name a few, maybe Boost or Grab. WeChat actually has a slightly different strategy. They will actually try to start. When they start, it will be nationwide. So they want to try to capture that when they say they will launch, means everybody in Malaysia is able to use it. So I think it is time maybe to move out towards the suburban area, a bit more rural area. So cashless is not just in the urban area, but basically whole of Malaysia.
So in view of when you want to reach out to the urbans and go on to the rural areas, so what's important when it comes, this is the key question, adoptions. So there's two kinds of adoptions, merchant adoptions and consumer adoptions, right? So what are the things that consumers, because consumer needs derives from, differentiate from people from the urban areas and people from the rural areas. Their needs for wallets is totally different, even for merchants. So is there a way that you can articulate what kind of strategy is needed to capture more merchants and capture more consumers?
All right. To capture more merchants, merchants will love e-wallet players, retailers especially, because why? They encourage the traffic, the traffic directly to the stores. That means revenue, to the stores, online to offline, online to offline. Merchant will love it, and of course, there's a cost involved, okay, definitely. Then for the consumer, who will be great? Every consumer loves saving, whether you live in rural, whether you live in urbans. For example, MOLPay recently launched the 10 ringgit. If you download, you give you a 10 ringgit credit. How many of you got download MOLPay here? Got not many. Why? Tak dapat lah. And this is an example, actually, the incentive. 10 ringgit download, and when you make purchase, first time purchase in all the Berjaya participated retailer, the Berjaya group will donate 10 ringgit to the Tabung Harapan Malaysia. So there's a cost 20 ringgit bear by the Berjaya, you see. So this is a good initiative. And how we drive this is, we create a incentive. One thing is, second is purposeful to use the wallet. Of course, the other thing is this, an e-wallet and the merchant must coexist together. Must coexist, because the wallet, when you use, some wallet will give you the redemption points. So a lot of merchants need to be participated, so that user have a more chance to use and redeem. Recently, I use GrabPay. Oh, very fantastic! I share you. I redeem for Fish Manhattan. That value is cost about 25 ringgit. But the purchase is only use about 800 points to convert. It's a good deal or not? It's a good deal, right? And the portion, when they serve, is not string, It's not string. Because no GST involved, no string. Right? A big portion. Okay, eat for 2%. Some more. So you might consider that. So this is an incentive drive. It's very good.
Okay, so you're talking to the best marketing person in the industry right now, okay? Best salesman here. Okay, so let's we talk about a lot of consumers like people, you and me, retailers as well. What about those who are involved in e-commerce players? Okay, you see in forums and all, we get say Laoyat. A lot of you guys serve Laoyat. Probably not your time, my time, right? You go, okay, even Muda, you go to Carousel. A lot of them, you see, you buy something at the end of the day is COD. You meet up with the players, you pay cash. So how are you going to capture this kind of players onto the platform for e-wallets?
Okay, currently, I think it has already started to move towards that. People do use WeChat or even other forms of transfer money and everything. So now that WeChat has actually opened up a function within, WeChat Pay, you can actually put your whole store inside a WeChat account, and you can actually, basically check out like a normal e-commerce using WeChat Pay. So I think that is sort of one of the differentiator between WeChat and the other wallets is that WeChat allow you to actually open up a store and sell within WeChat.
That is the app within app function, right?
Yes, it's an app function, yeah.
Okay, so that is one way that WeChat. What about other wallets? What do you see that other wallets has to do to capture this market? Those who doesn't have these functions. No, what must they do? What must they list inside there to help to capture this market? Were the TPAs or the other players that need to do something on it?
I think this one I will take it. Because for us, it's an iPay, we do have a huge merchant base. And we also aggregator like MOLPay and so like revenue that we aggregate all the wallets in the markets. So in this case, like we got a lot of merchants e-commerce on board with us. What we can do is we can just enable to all the merchants, and we will liaise with the boost or the wallet's owner to give some campaign, to run some campaign across all the merchants. And then we can see the adoption rate from our side is every month the increment is at 20 to 30% of the usage compared to cash. Because they always give you a reasons that wallets and cash, there's a difference. If you use cash, you don't get any difference, unless you got the promo code. But if talking about wallets, the incentive is there. That's the difference.
Yeah, sorry, I think maybe let me give an example, right? I think never discount convenience, right? So if you go to a shopping mall today, when you have to pay for parking, you have two options, right? At most malls, you can either take the ticket or you can pay with Touch and Go. But with Touch and Go, you actually pay an extra 10%, right? But I think many people today actually pay the extra 10%, even though it's more, right? But because it's convenient enough, and I think it applies to this theory as well.
You know one thing, when I confuse, when I walk to the retailer shop, and this retailer shop has put up the standee, the stand-up, Boost, GrabPay, Fave, Mcash. How much space can you put all? One day you can visit the retailer and you see all the counter not only line up with terminal, but with all the stand. Or before you walk into the retailer, outside there you got so many stickers. Yeah. So we enable something, we call it our MOLPay virtual terminal. Yeah. It's actually a merchant scanners. Yeah. So able to scan all the wallet in one device. You don't have the device, I got partner to give you device also. Don't worry. So this one will help the retailer, Either you are online, or offline, you're able to accept payment from whichever wallet. Just now I show you out of hand. Some got 2 wallets, some got 4 wallets, some got 5 wallets. So when the customer walk inside the retailer shop, you don't know what wallet they have, True or true, yeah?
Okay, so let's move a bit further from the urban areas to the rural landscape. Okay, so one of the things about rural landscape is we always talk about what economic value can you put on top of e-wallets. For example, in China, they're talking about microfinancing. So, because as you know, if I'm in the rural areas, it's really tough for me to run an e-commerce. It doesn't have any paperwork. If I want to go to the banks to apply for soft loans or even micro loans, 99% is going to be rejected. Okay? So they say that with the technology comes into place with eKYCs, credit scoring, psychometrics and all, analysis and all, it helps non-bank actors such as wallet players to embark on this route. So what are the views on that?
So I think first of all, when it comes to financial services, e-wallets, is really understanding what problems whether rural or urban merchants have, right? So when you go to talk about rural merchants, yes, so accessibility to loans and whatnot is difficult. But it's also, I think, going back to the fundamentals, and when you see that, hey, the ability to accept credit card payments, for example, it's been around for quite some time. Why haven't they been able to do it? I think the first thing is because, one, whether they couldn't pay for the terminal, no electricity, right? So going back to understanding that problems. And so with e-wallets today, or even FavePay, or whatever mobile payments that's out there, right, really, it's an easy way for them to begin accepting cashless payments. That's a start. And then where it goes, whether it follows the trend in China, where people are able to take loans based on their credit ratings, based on their history, I think it's endless. But I think it's only the beginning for Malaysia, at least.
But talking about this, if you are comparing to China, let me give an example like MOLPay. MOLPay already have all these features like you can do investments and they don't have a minimum caps and you can just withdraw after 3 days together with the interest. So their flexibility is there. And then compared to Malaysia, of course, we would like to have that features, but there are a lot of challenges that the e-wallet player are facing. Like the daily transaction limit for the local is still only 1,000. This will be the challenge that we are facing. That's why for the current local e-wallets, as a TPA, we are targeting for those like not high ticket size merchants. So to increase the adoption, like the hawker, the daily use, the place that we will be visiting every day, at least few times for weeks, like hawker, like the hypermarts, the convenience store, all those kind of things will be drive the adoption rate faster. Yep.
Okay, good. So another thing is we'll talk a lot about merchant. As a retailer, the question you ask is, I have to pay a lot of rates like MDR rates and all those come into play, right? So it's good that my content can go online and all. But we know that Fave is like aggregating all the contents, which is good. Because as e-wallet players, if you want to go out and go one by one to the merchant, that gives you a cost. So that is the model that Fave is running right now. Is there something that beyond that you guys are going to do?
So I think, thanks for that, right? So last week, we actually, or rather a couple of weeks ago, we announced a partnership with a mobile wallet, Boost, where you can now pay with FavePay, or rather soon on the whole Fave app, with your Boost wallet. And then so people are coming to us and say, hey, why are you working with your competitor, right? So actually, we don't actually see any of the mobile wallets as our competitor. So at Fave, or rather FavePay, because we're not a mobile wallet, we are working with multiple mobile wallets that will provide all these consumers of those mobile wallets choice of where they want to pay, right? Whether they want to pay at Yao Yao, whether they want to pay at Sicily, or whether they want to pay at Unique Seafood, it doesn't matter for us. We want to enable choice for consumers. And so because with, like as you correctly pointed out, 40 mobile wallet licenses, right? Ideally, we want to have all of them on our platform that will enable all these consumers that option. And for now, we see ourselves as a friend to all these mobile wallets, really. Yeah.
Okay, so while the consumers have all these questions about, there's one ultimate question to us, the risk of using e-wallets. I mean, I get questions people ask me, Tang, will my information be leaked out to another third party? Or am I being checked by the government at all times that my spending habits, my spending behaviors? Because one of the key components, one of the key setback of adoption of e-wallets is actually anonymity. People prefer to be annoying. Anonymity. Okay, so what are the risks that e-wallet players, consumers has to take? Or is there any risk? Can you help to enlighten on the path that my data will be shared to anyone or not?
I think it's similar to using a credit card in a sense, because even for a credit card, you still have to apply for a credit card, you still have to put in your details. So it's similar. It's just that whether it's offline or online. But I think even now you can apply for a credit card online. So there is still the element of your data being out there, being kept by a particular entity. But I don't think there's much of a risk involved in whether your financial statuses will be out there or not. Yeah, I think it's just more spending data. I think that on whether, either you spend it online or offline.
So it's aggregated data, aggregated patterns, and no individual data is going to be out.
Yeah, usually this kind of data is never individual, because I think most wallets definitely keeps their data very strict. So it's about maybe aggregating data, seeing like who where's the pattern, but not see like you spend here. So those kind of data is still protected. Yeah.
So regulators just put a heavy fine if any of this being leaked out.
Definitely for wallets, for acquirers, all of it. Yeah.
In addition to that, there's a risk for the merchant. Yeah. Okay. You can risk the suspension of the service of the e-wallet. Yeah? I'll give you an example of MOLPay. MOLPay will not accept the payment if you use it for investment value. For example, like cryptocurrency, blockchain, or digital currency. Yeah? Second is the asset, purchase of asset, using the e-wallet for the purchase of asset. Yeah. That's the two things. And third thing is that you can't use it for reload or top up. Yeah. So that is for MOLPay itself. So WeChat may be applied the same, I guess. Yeah, because any property purchased outside Malaysia using these channels are prohibited. Yeah. So that is also one thing for merchant to consider the risk. And what also that risk that they need to be monitored, which is each of these merchant must be created with an account. And each of these account must have an MCC code. We call that a merchant category code. Yeah. Yeah. A merchant category code, you can use the merchant category code, for example, if you are doing fashion, you can't use it to transaction on the F&B. Yeah. So this is how it be tracked. There's a risk involved over here.
Okay, thanks, John. Okay, we're running over time now. Okay, let's look straight to the questions that's being submitted. The first one, what's the difference between signing up for WeChat Pay, Wire, Revenue Monster, or MOL? Oh, I was asking this outside.
Actually, in the essence of it, you will get WeChat Pay, but I think MOL, iPay, Revenue Monster, we all have different solutions, additional solutions, so that's where the differentiation comes. So yes, you sign up with MOLPay, you get WeChat Pay, you sign up with iPay, you get WeChat Pay, you sign up with Revenue Monster, you will also get WeChat Pay. And all of us, I think, have the same proposition of aggregating the wallets in the market. So if you sign up with Revenue Monster, you can, we will have WeChat Pay and all the other wallets, but obviously we differentiate ourselves through the other solutions that we have. So whether it's, loyalty solutions or e-commerce solutions, so that's how I think we differentiate ourselves.
Anyone want to add on it?
I'll add on. Let me do a little bit of promotions. Because since you're not included iPay in, so then let me do a little bit promos. So what do we have now, iPay? Because if you're talking about the solutions that we provide to the market, we have few solutions. We have an integrated solution to your POS, to your POS, and we also have a physical terminal. You're talking about the smart terminal, the Android terminal, and we also have our own payment apps. But if you're talking about the solutions, the payment option that we have, slightly almost the same like what we have. WeChat, Alipay, Touch and Go, Boost, Mcash, all these things we have. Yeah. And also for iPay, we do have a credit card as well. So I can say that it's a kind of omni-channel and all in one terminal. And currently we are doing promotions. If you want to know more, then you can come to me later.
Okay, John has to say something.
Yeah, I mean the different. I think WeChat, you need to understand, Alipay, when Alipay came in, it's only a cross-border. Alipay, there is no open for domestic. I use this word so you can resonate. Yeah. For WeChat, when it came to Malaysia, there is basically a cross-border and a domestic. Yeah. So what the WeChat has, of course, the cross-border like Alipay is opener to all few players. Yeah. For the domestic WeChat, it's also partnered with a few partners like Revenue Monsters, yeah, MOLPay, and also iPay. Yeah. And also you know that Hong Leong. Yeah. This is for domestic WeChat in Malaysia. And not only for offline, but also going for online. Yeah. So it's a big complexity over there. You, of course, you are very new. Of course, you may not understand. Yeah. But you can come to me. I can explain to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
right.
Good. So the next one, okay, GrabPay, as we know, has been making quite a bit of waves in Malaysia lately. So do you think that GrabPay is a big threat to any of you guys? They have a lot of funding. Oh, they have a lot of funding. Of course, they have lots of funding from Singapore at the moment.
So I think GrabPay is just the latest of over 40 mobile wallet license here. So I think they're only at the beginning. I think it's a long way to go. I don't see it as a threat. There is no clear market leader now. So yeah.
Add on talking about GrabPay. GrabPay is not my enemy. GrabPay is also my friend. So if you want to get GrabPay for your store, you can come to we. We can provide to you as well. As you say that we are friends.
Revenue Monster also.
So I guess you can come to any one of them, right?
I share with Fave just now. I said Fave now. The wallet players are very good for Fave. You know.
I agree.
Yeah, you just think of something. It's very good. It's become the adopter faster. But as a Malaysian, you must support our local e-wallet lah, like Razorpay, our own wallet as well lah. Other than WeChat and Alipay, these for foreigner worker, you need to have your own champion lah.
There's a perhaps, okay? Okay, let's go to the next one. Do you personally prefer top-up e-wallets or transact directly via platform like Fave, Samsung Pay? I think most of them are integrated at this moment. You guys want to share a bit more?
Yeah, so I think one of the main reasons why when we first started FavePay, we didn't decide to go for mobile wallet license was because we felt that it's a bit of an inconvenience to top up, right? So how many places do I want to store my money? Whether it's my bank account, right? And then now we have so many different mobile wallet license. I've got so many different apps on my phone. My money is spread out across everywhere. And that's why we started out with just enabling your credit card or your debit card. And I think that's what consumers love about us because it's really straightforward.
Okay, let's go on to the last one, okay? What is your thoughts on using cryptocurrencies in the wallet where anonymity can somewhat preserve? Let me give you a brief ground. First, no more. It's not anonymity anymore. You actually have to register your name, your account with all the exchanges. So any exchanges that you write on, they have to comply with Bank and Negara rulings where you have to register your real name, your ICs and all, okay? Anyone wants to, using cryptocurrencies to wallets?
Actually, I think that's, you can't do that in the wallets currently. So Bank Negara does not allow for that. So at the moment, you can't do that with any wallets in Malaysia.
So I guess there's a lot of minors here.
I think true that cryptocurrency is not at the moment, but there's one thing for the future that's very powerful for the e-wallet, which is the e-remittance. Yeah? So you can send money out to someone across, with the eKYC in place. Yeah, that's very powerful.
Yes, right now you can actually send money globally. It will probably take a day, maybe less than a day, for it to receive on the other end, and most likely using just some normal codes, all right? Okay, thank you very much for all the panelists here.